Welcome to FYI. A very good morning to each and every one of you folks. Happy post Christmas. Happy post 25th. We hope that you guys are great. Good to see each and every one of you joining us this morning. The guys are going to bring up the lower chart for us. Isabella Butchers, we see you there. John Jones, we love to see our FYI lower third there. I see John Jones is here with us and all the other good folks. Beatrice Selby, of course, is already here. Isabella Butchers, John Jones, as we said, and all the other guys joining us. You know, we sorry for some of y'all, we still sending through to Facebook and some of the other places, guys, but please subscribe to our YouTube channel before it's too late. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and ensure as well that you smash on that emoji button, folks. You smash on that emoji button. We don't want any one of you to be left behind. Lester Williams, Karen Black, good to have you here. Clarexis Charlie is joining us on the Facebook. Claire has migrated to YouTube. I don't know what Claire is doing on Facebook, but good to see you there, Claire. Nonetheless, Rick B. Jones and Stan Bourne, good to see each and every one of you. I passed by Claire yesterday. Claire, I passed by you yesterday. Rick B. Jones, Stan Jones, and Grassy Griffith, all of you fantastic folks. We hope that the season continues to be good to you. We are at the tail end of it. We hope it's the 28th day, folks, of December already. Whether you guys are joining us on TikTok, you're joining us on Facebook, you're joining us on YouTube or Twitter, welcome to each and every one of you guys. We got a lot of stuff to get through. It's been a long weekend, and we trust that you guys are great. It's been a long weekend. Karen Black and Stan Board, Tammy Gibbs, and all you other fantastic folks. Quite a weekend. We hope that, Christmas came off without a hitch. That's like wishful thinking, but irrespective of the little snafus you guys have had, we trust that it's been good to you. Let us know you guys are hearing us loud and clear. All the technicians who are on duty this morning, we pray that you let us know how we're sounding out there. I see Sean Stewart is joining us from Bartica. I see Sheila Boychild is here, and Brenda Moore. I see Tommy Gibbs. Good to have you, Irvin Don Cook from Region 3. Good to see you, Irvin Don and Chinsing Henry, and all the other beautiful folks who are joining us. We are so privileged, guys, that you are here. We were off for a couple of days, and I got some good rest, I can tell you that. I got some good rest, spent some time with the family, and I know it was the same for the rest of our team. We got some rest, folks, and we're fired up, ready to go. We got a couple holidays coming up. I think we got New Year's Day is the holiday that is before us. Yep, and we're going to take it. Wayne Liddell, Martha Harris. Wayne Liddell, we see you there, Wayne, and Martha Harris, Karen Black. We see each and every one of you guys. We're so happy. You guys are here. We know lots of you preparing for the Oldest Night Ball, the Oldest Night Church, and all the other things. The cook-up, folks, that's still pending. The cook-up is still pending. And you carry that. You chase that cook-up with some pepper pot. Heaven, Claire Capel, Magnell Barrow, Claire Capel, Magnell Barrow. Heaven, that pepper with that cook-up. Yep. Magnell Barrow, I see you there. Our girl is doing great. Coming to come, folks. Our girl is doing great. Thanks for asking. Yep. Certain really coming right now. Things are coming to come. Thanks for asking. Rihanna Mingo, we see you. Folks, a good morning to each and every one of you. Sheila Boychild said the cook-up, of course, yes. Yeah. Wouldn't be the season without the pepper pot and the cook-up. I heard some people talking about a meatless pepper pot. Stop it. Meatless pepper pot. Stop it, folks. Stop it. Don't do it. We begging you, don't do it. Don't do it, folks. But good to have each and every one of you. Lots of things to get through, folks. We don't want to wait too much time, but we see Anton Nicholson is here and Charlie Gibbs. Good to see you, Anton, and all the other folks who are joining us. We are so privileged, guys, that you're here with us. Isabella Butters, I see Donna Joseph is here with us as well. Guys, how are you doing? Do tell us. I know those of you who are up north, the cold. I got some relatives in the Carolinas. They said they never feel the place so cold yet. They say it's not snowing, but it's cold. It's cold in the Carolinas. Trust that you guys, I know you've been complaining too. I see New York had a lot of snow. New York had a lot of snow. There's no one some of y'all go who I was talking about going to New York. I want visas. There's no one y'all go. It's cold. The folks were telling us we saw some photographs coming out of New York. some video too. It's cold. It's cold. Folks, we won't mind entertaining some of your own video. You know, if you're somewhere where it's extremely cold, and down with a little temperature we have here, you know, we broadcast from in Guyana, the national capital city especially, and down with a little folks, come on. Some of where it's real cold. You know, send us a 30-second or a minute video. A 30-second or a minute video. If it's extremely cold where you are, send us what the outside looks like, folks, and we can be happy to show it to our viewers, the rest of the viewers, in a subsequent broadcast. If it's cold where you are, do let us know. Yeah. Beatrice Selby telling us it's terrible in Buffalo. Yeah, what are your other folks in Buffalo? Right? Tommy Gibson is drowning, in Buffalo with snow. It's drowning. Buffalo is covered in snow. 31 deaths. Tommy Gibbs telling us, folks, thanks for the information. Thank you so much. I know some of you are bright bad, you know. Well, that is rather Sheila Boychild. Sorry, I didn't even see the name. Buffalo is covered in snow. 31 deaths. Thanks for that, Sheila Boychild. Isabella says it's 33 degrees in Brooklyn. Is it cold? Is it cold there? Tell us, for those of us who don't know what that means. Does 33 degrees mean it's cold in Buffalo? Right? And I see Karen Black says in Florida it's freezing. In Florida? I thought Florida is always tropical. Do tell us. Yep. I see Patrick John says that it's cold in Jersey. Yep. Patrick says, help me, buddy. Help me. It's cold. Folks, we got fantastic weather here in GT. In the OBG, we got fantastic. You see the scripture say, folks. The Father said, the bounds of your habitation. But some of y'all run out. He gave some other people for that cold. Some of y'all run out the bounds. But we love the remittances, so we ain't gonna make a big fuss. Mia Miller, good to see you. Mia, I ain't seen a little bit, Mia. I have not seen you in a little bit. But good to have you here with us. Mia says that it's up to 62 deaths as of last night. Is that overall in the U.S. or that's in a particular state, Mia? Do let us know. Is that in Buffalo? Do let us know. Yep. Good to have each and every one of you. And Isabella confirms that in Brooklyn, that 33 degrees means it's cold. It's very cold in Brooklyn. And Silbert Stewart has just confirmed that too. Thanks, Silbert, and all the other guys. So we're gonna stop complaining about that little moist air we got here coming from the Atlantic. We're gonna stop doing that. Yeah. I see Akila Ash says it's 31 degrees Fahrenheit, which means it's indeed cold. Thanks for clarifying that, folks. You see, we're being what? Let's call that. We're being filtered. We're being edited in real time. You see, 33 degrees Fahrenheit is indeed cold. Akila Ash tells us. Thanks for clarifying that. And Shauna Blackman says, yes, it's cold in Brooklyn. You see how much they are overseas? You see how much they are in the diaspora? Brooklyn and Jersey and all the other places. Bascom, Greenwich, we see you as well. Guys, we hope that it gets better or becomes bearable, and you get through it. You anchor down, you put on your layers, and you get through it. Good to see you folks there. Sheila Boychai says 2 degrees is the freezing point. Well, here's hoping. Somebody select. Karen Black says, where I'm in Deltona, it's 39 degrees. Yeah. We're scattered people all over the world. We love it. We love it because we know some of you go and you take in the learning. You're taking your learning, and then you come back and you share that with us in wealth, physical wealth, in knowledge, and we're able to improve by that. So we're happy for all of you who are in the diaspora. Mia Miller says, I'm now on Christmas break. Yeah. So I'm able to thank you for joining me. Mia says she's now on Christmas break, and so she's able to join. We're so happy. We know some of you work hard, and it's true this season, just catch your hand. The double shifts and the double time and everything else. So we're happy for you folks because we know you guys are going to send some of that for us. We know you guys are going to send some of that for us because we need it, folks. Oh, Lord. Oh, Father, it's bail money, it's rent, it's light, it's internet, you name it, folks. And it's just going up. So we thank you, folks, for partnering with us. December's been a horrible month. I can tell you that for us. Listen, it has been nothing short of a horrible month, and we're going to need your help moving forward. So we're happy that you're working the double shift and the triple shift and the double time and all of that. As I said to you guys, I got some relatives in Carolina, and they say, you don't work, you don't get paid. You don't work, you don't get paid. My aunt was trying to explain to me what census means, you know. When we talk about taking the census, we talk about we counting we. Here when you guys talk about census, it's different. You know, you turn into work and you know, you got plenty of work and too much people on the shift, somebody gotta go home without pay. It's different there. It's different there. Different. You know, we better enjoy this paradise we got there. You know, you feel to go to work for a week, you sign a sick leave and that's it. You still get a fat pay from the government at the end of the month. Well, you try that. You try that. You see what it said? The Father set the bounds. The Father set the bounds of rehabilitation. You see, I could tell Pamela, join us late, Joy Pamela, because we answered the question earlier. We sister doing all right, coming to come. You know, trying to make the best of Christmas. We sister doing all right. We sisters doing all right. Comment up. Guys, we're so happy that you were here. You know, we're happy that you guys are here and that you guys also have had a fantastic Christmas. Michael Gittins, good to see you. Good to see you. Michael Gittins and all the other folks who are joining us. And let us know, we need a theme for 2023. We have pace and power, folks, in 2022. And we invite some themes. Please don't send it to us on the comment section. You have a theme suggestion for us. Because we got to go through all of these comments to find it out. WhatsApp it to us, 627-6963. We want a theme. You know, it must be punchy, like pace and power. That's all you need. You know, that sell everything. Guys, we're happy you guys are here. We want to get right into the morning papers. The guys are going to bring that up first because we don't have that in the notes that we have. Bring up that big graphic of the morning papers as we switch gears, folks. But we want a theme. For 2023. Yep, we need a theme, folks. Punchy like pace and power. You know, somebody gave us that for 2022. Believe it or not, somebody gave us that for 2022. Pace and power. We love it. Soon as you hear it, you know what we mean. That's the kind of theme. So we depending on you folks. We know we got some smart, creative, industrious folks on the other side of the screen. There it is, the morning papers. Time to switch gears, folks. And a lot of damn things happen in the morning papers that have, you know, a lot of things. Wherever you guys are joining us from, those folks who are joining us on Twitter. We, you know, the beautiful thing about Twitter, you can see who hits the emoji button there, right? So some of y'all can hide under that. You cannot see who hits the emoji button. But guys, we encourage you wherever it helps us, drives up the algorithm, sends us into some timelines that we wouldn't ordinarily go in. We got 113 persons watching us on YouTube. Are we so privileged for that? 113. Could you imagine if 113 of you hit that emoji button, as we know you guys will? 130. What's going to do to our little program here? Oh, it's going to give us a big boost. So smash that emoji button, especially if you're joining us on YouTube. And smash it, folks, if you're joining us on Facebook, as so many of you do. You know we're sorry for some of y'all. Folks. Joy Pamela is joining us from Ithaca. Oh, we're so pleased. Joy Pamela Joy, we are so pleased. Smash that emoji button, folks, and give us a share. Fidel Innes, what's that face about? Fidel Innes, what is that face about? We want to know. I see Rohan Basantram is here. Good morning to you too, Rohan. Wherever you guys are joining us from, good morning to you. Smash that emoji button for us, guys, and let's go down. We got a lot of things to talk about. And you guys are going to want to stick around for the big issue. Because this country is going somewhere, and I don't think I like it. I don't think I like the direction that we're going in. Maybe we got to do a poll like that. If people like the direction the country is going in, maybe we got to do a poll. You know, we can run the Facebook poll. We like the direction this country is going to. But first, folks, let's take a look at some of the things that are happening in the morning papers. I know some of you have been busy for Christmas. Some of you folks have been busy for Christmas because they're telling us 36 babies were born on Christmas Day. 36, folks, and one of them is a twin. A set of them, rather. It's a twin. Peter Sills, thanks, guys. 36 babies were born on Christmas Day. Yeah. But Santa busy making a list and checking it twice. Some of you went to the hospital balling down. I know how it is, folks. 36 babies on Christmas Day, and one of them was a twin. Now, I think some of y'all a little unconscionable. How much birthdays being celebrated on Christmas Day? Yeah? Some of y'all knows the big man birthday. Commemorated, celebrated, observed on the 25th, and some of y'all look for going born the same day. You have born your child on the same day. Look at that unconscionable. Now the child, you have to feel, like second best on that day. You can pick 24th, 26th. But congratulations to all of the mothers. Congrats. And to that mother who got a twin. Oh my God. Folks, I got 3 sons. Little one, just turned 2. Folks, he's like 4 children in one. If that twin is anything like this little child here, trouble. You're going to need the energy, right? You're going to need the energy. My sister got energy. My sister had twins back to back. Yes, back to back. Right? She had the 2 girls, and then the next year, a boy and a girl. Yep, she got special woman. Twins running in our family. You got an uncle who got twin girls. But I didn't think I would wish that on my wife. We barely, on myself, we barely trying to keep up with Sin Zayn. We barely trying to keep up. My sister had 2 sets of twins, 4 kids in 2 years. Oh, she got the special. She's a special lady. Season's greetings to all of these mothers. 36 babies on Christmas Day. Folks, any one of you watching us got twins? I haven't heard anybody like my sister had 2 sets of twins back to back. I mean, like, what are the odds you could hit a bullseye, twice like that? What are the odds of that? And those twins are a handful too. My son is all 4 children put together. A lot of energy, folks. A lot of energy. But congrats to all of these mothers. I know you guys were busy, right? I know you guys were busy on Christmas Day. I know you guys were busy for the season. And, at least 35 families got their hands full for Christmas. 35. One of our technical guys here, he just got 1. We wish him but 10 more. About 10. Congrats to all of the parents, at least 35 families. Got a little bundle of joys. They're nice when the little mochi. You see, when they find the foot, it's trouble. When they find the foot, it's the foot in the boat. It's trouble, lot of trouble, folks. But congrats nonetheless. Congrats nonetheless. And they're telling us too. We moved to some sad news. Some guys were rescued. They almost didn't make it. They were rescued. 7 crew members of a boat that sank. And they said, this is not sad news. It's news to rejoice about. 19 hours they were afloat. 19 hours they were afloat. And thanks to the Guyana Defense Force Coast Guard that conducted this search and rescue operation about 11:30 hours on Boxing Day, what should have been Boxing Day. They got a distress signal and went after these guys. And again, the boat, the vessel they were on, the lady Shaniza. Well, apparently, the lady Shaniza wasn't having it on that day. And this vessel sank. And they were able to be rescued. 7 crew members adrift for 19 hours. Folks, look, I understand that all of us are folks of faith, but we understand, folks, if the Father said you must live, you can live. If the Father said, you punch in your clock, that's it. But we're so grateful this could have ended differently. This could end so much differently because, sometimes we understand that us local folks, we slow on our feet. We are slow on our feet. 19 hours adrift, they tell us, according to the report that we're seeing. The Facebook post by the GDF says that a response vessel and team were immediately deployed after they received this distress signal. Deployed to the location, and six crew members of the lady Shaniza were pulled to safety from a life raft. They reported that their vessel encountered extremely bad weather. A lot of that happening. Bad weather, is it climate change? Is it bad weather? And the vessel sank. They also informed that another missing crew member who drifted off wearing his life jacket. Aerial search ensued by Roraima Airways. that was launched to complement this search and rescue effort. And they tell us hours after the GDF said that the other crew member, one Christopher Williams, who had drifted more than 19 hours after the ordeal, he was rescued. Right? And he was found 4 nautical miles off the mouth of the Pomeroon River. Yeah. Quite a story there, folks. Quite a story there. That's one of the other things we're following, folks, in the morning papers. The next being, they're talking to us about these remaining squatters from Muka. We've been on this story. Some of them are still holding out. That they're not accepting this deal to go into another area where they cannot rear their livestock, where they cannot live off of the land, where they cannot earn a decent income. And we've been showing you these interviews in segment where they're saying, you can't take bread out of my mouth to give me nothing. Cannot take bread out of my mouth to give me nothing. And Starbucks News in particular followed up on this story, perhaps thanks to us. Starbucks News have been following up on this story. And again, that remains the status quo. They said they are not moving until they got better terms. Better terms. Some of the folks, have been on this land 10, 15, 20 years, got a lot of livestock. And the folks have been complaining, we're getting a little 2x4. We can rear our livestock there. We can't plant. What are we supposed to do? This is what we do. This is how we earn an income. This is how we earn a living. And then the remuneration or the compensation, you see, it's way below what the land is worth, what the livestock is worth, what they earn in that area there. And so the residents there of Caneview, Muka, they're not going anywhere. At least some of them. Some of them didn't take buyout. That's what we say. They didn't take buyout, folks. They didn't do it. They did not do it. And while that's being said, this was a bit of startling news that we found, we saw over the weekend, making the headlines, folks. 11 weapons stolen from a security firm in the city. 11 weapons. Now, this here is a cause for grave concern because gun violence in this country, it's way up. Way up. Gun violence in this country. And we got to pretend we don't know that some security firms is rent out. So if you were denied a gun license for whatever reason, don't think we don't know. It's like the best kept secret that everybody know about. Yep, those guys swear you in as a precept. As a businessman, there's a precept with this security firm, and then boys renting your weapons. 11 weapons stolen from this security firm in the city, and I think the security firm was named, if I'm not mistaken. The security firm was named. Again, the report is telling us that over 11 weapons from Radar Security and Supplies. Now, I think a logical question would be, if Radar can secure their own weapons, and that would be a logical question. If they can secure their own, right? If they can secure their own premises and what's on it, right? Well then, thing. Right? And according to Kaito News, where we're pulling this story from, it says several weapons were reportedly stolen from Radar Security and Supplies office at Carmichael Street. Yeah. And several employees have been arrested as the police investigate the matter. Right? And these guns range from $950,000 to $1.4 million. Right? A lot of money for these weapons. Imagine was the rental of one light. 11 weapons from a security firm. Now, it's interesting to know what's going to happen here. Is this firm going to be placed on pause until this investigation is finished? 11 weapons from a security firm. Vanessa De Silva, Samoa Williams, Sheila Boychild. 11 weapons go missing from your headquarters, from your building. Like, don't come around with funny radar. Radar. This is according to Kaitrade News. Don't come around with funny. This is Radar Security and Supplies Office. Right? Here, part of the reporting here, that investigations reveal that Radar Security and Supplies is located in the middle of the flat of a 3-story wooden building, and according to police, there's an office to the western side, which has a wooden door to the eastern side, secured with a manufactured Yale lock. Right? In the said office, there's a steel strongbox where security firm secures the firearm and ammunition. The strongbox is secured with 2 padlocks, and inside the strongbox, the firearms are chained and padlocked with 3 padlocks. Right? So how are they went missing? You can imagine me with my little safe. You can imagine me with my little safe, with my little lock. Right? Because if you gotta go through all of that, and them boys beat all of that in the security firm office, how am I gonna fare on the outside? Right? And you know what? As an aside, not related to radar security, but a lot of these security firms not paying their staff minimum wage, not paying their employees minimum wage, and not paying them on time. A lot of employees contact us from these security firms, saying that the firm's getting big contract with government and other entities, and they have to wait 1 month, 2, 3 months. And it's not that they're getting all the money as a lump sum, you know. You're getting a little bit here, a little bit so, a little bit there. You see that? I see Carlin Haley says, this is an inside job. Well, how inside you could get, if you got to beat all them locks in a security firm and thief 11 guns, I mean, you don't throw 11 guns in a plastic bag and walk out. Shotgun and all that. See? So, let's see where this investigation goes. Let us see where the investigation goes. I would rather suspect that the Commissioner of Police and the Minister of Home Affairs, both of who have purview over private security firms, right? Supervised private security firm. I hope we see some action. I'm not just saying it's business as usual, right? As this Sheila Boychild says, the radar wasn't working. Radar security firm. Sheila Boychild says the radar wasn't working clearly. Or maybe the radar is only detect what's outside, it's now inside. Right? Threats within and without. You know, we're gonna look to see where this goes, guys, and we're gonna try to get you any update. Any update we get on this. And while we're talking about guns, you know, in the very newspapers, in the very same country, Bladen Hall businessman found strapped with 2 illegal guns. Right? They didn't say these guns were related to the security firm guns, but Bladen Hall businessman found strapped with 2 illegal guns, folks. Y'all remember that? Is it Baron the Dragonair song? Too many guns in the top. Right? Well, they're telling us that according to police, around 3 hours, a party of ranks acting on information they received went to 2J's supermarket located at Strathspey on the East Coast. 2J supermarket, where they made contact with a 29-year-old businessman of Bladen Hall. I ain't seen the name of the businessman yet. A search was conducted on his person, right? And 1 black .32 Taurus pistol, 1 black .32 Taurus pistol, and they're telling us was recovered. Right? 1 black .32 Taurus pistol was recovered. Apologies there. And what else was recovered? All right, 1 black .32 Taurus pistol with 8 live matching rounds of ammunition was found in his crotch. Now, was this a tip-off? Because the police patrol don't just go in the supermarket and touch a fella and expect him to have 2 guns on him. All right? A further search was carried out on this businessman, and in his left side pants pocket, the ranks found one black and silver firearm with several matching rounds of ammunition. Mind you, the businessman name has not been divulged as yet. 2 unauthorized pistols. Businessman, according to the report. Yeah, I'm telling you, too many guns in the tongue, folks. Too many guns in the tongue. Billy Hall, businessman, found strapped with 2 guns, and we're still holding for his name. We still let me get found with just little what's it called? The dust from the bullets, whatever you call it. You know, whatever that thing is, the dust, gunpowder. Let me just find a little trace. See, big splash across the papers. But this businessman, we don't know his name till now. We don't know his name till now. And as we come, folks, to what's happening locally, you'll see gun violence, out of control. But let's turn attention to some of the things, folks, happening internationally. Let us turn our attention to some of the stuff happening internationally. COVID, folks. COVID in China. COVID in China, guys. My Lord. Lost. COVID in China, folks. Y'all better be careful out there. This thing ain't easy. Right? Miller Tangs. Mill says the residue. You see that? I told you we got bright people watching us. Right? Let us find any residue of gunpowder. My God, you see, I got full fun page. But this businessman, no name, no warrant. We just hear a businessman. The police went through all this trouble, you know. Went in the supermarket, found 2 guns. We know his name. We don't know his name. Internationally, folks, in China, this is what they're telling us. Right? We grabbed this from Reuters. Chinese hospitals and funeral homes, extremely busy. What do you think they mean by now? It's the staff. Just get a fresh bolt of energy. Extremely busy as COVID spreads unchecked. And we did run that report from Gravitas a few days ago that says, you know, the Chinese vaccine, right? The efficacy, I think that's the word. It wasn't what they were promoting it to be. The Chinese COVID vaccine, the efficacy of the vaccine. And that's one of the reasons why, well, COVID is going down in not the rest of the world, in China, oh God, it's just getting warmed up. It is just getting warmed up in China, folks. Yes, it's the local system, mercy. And that's why we keep encouraging you, folks. Don't let me get complacent out there. Don't do it. Don't let me get complacent, folks. Right? Folks, we're so privileged. I think I see over 600 persons joining our morning program. I am so grateful about that. You know, and we're going to encourage you folks to smash that emoji button. Give us a share. We would love to have more folks join us. Yeah. We'd love to have more folks join us in our morning program. 195 people joining us on YouTube alone. I'm so happy about that. You know, some of y'all easing over. Yeah. Some of y'all easing over. We don't like change, you know. You know, as a university student, I study change as a phenomenon. We don't like change. We don't like it. Change, people don't like it, sir. Unless it's for the better. And this we think is for the better. The subtle shift to YouTube. We think it's for the better, folks. So we're talking about what's happening there in China. So guys, continue at your end. Marilyn Lorimer, continue to please social distance, wear mask, sanitize. You know all the things. Continue to do those things. I'm so happy and impressed when I see folks still get on the mask. But some people wear masks for the wrong reasons. And we're going to turn our attention to that. So that's happening, folks, in China. We want to alert you on that. And then we have also happening, you know, in the Vatican. In the Vatican, you know, Pope Francis told us recently that Pope Benedict is very sick. Pope Benedict is very sick. As you know, Pope Benedict retired in 2013. He was the first Pope in 600 years, right, to resign in office. Well, he can't resign out of office. To resign. The first Pope in 600 years to resign. And Pope Francis said recently, his successor, that he's very ill and encouraged all of us to pray for him. Right? As you people of faith, I encourage you guys too. Right? Right? You know, the popes represent something that we terribly need in this world. As we'll show you guys, stay at the end of the program. We need it. You know, we need some little godliness in we. You know, little righteousness in we. We need it. We terribly need it. So let us collectively, folks, if you can, say a prayer for Pope Benedict. Pope Francis says he isn't well. He isn't well, folks. We need it. As we will show you, as we focus on some of this stuff happening regionally, you can see we need it because in Peru, guys, in Peru, they're going after corrupt officials. Or is it witch hunting? We got to go to Peru and get the 411 on what's happening in Peru, because quite a few generals over the weekend were arrested. You all remember the ouster of President Castillo recently? Pedro Castillo? And his supporters were giving a terrible pushback. Now they've pulled forward the elections there. And now investigations into corruption. The authorities there they have arrested 6 generals as they continue to investigate corrupt or alleged corrupt activities of the last administration. 6 generals arrested. You see, when army coming to blows like this, you got some issues can start, some dominoes can start falling there. Right? And one of the first one was calling for the elections early, because the vice president who was taken over from former President Pedro Castillo, thought she could hold it until the end of the presidential term. But the folks there, their opposition has been so vociferous, they've had to call for early election. That's one of the things we're following there, folks. 6 of the generals in Peru. We got a lot of problems, but our issues, are of a different gravity. Let me put it that way. They're of a different gravity, folks. That's one of the things we're following in Peru. We can keep you guys posted there. Jacqueline Marshall and Seymour George Petalthorne. That's one of the things we're following in Peru. We have been following for a little bit. In the 592, Freak Storm and Boxing Day. Good intent residents, counting their losses. A lot of damage sustained in good intent. On the west side, is run by Irwin Dunn. The folks are counting millions of dollars in losses as a freak storm. Tore up some of the houses there in good intent, and we're gonna try to get some more information on this particular story here in a subsequent broadcast. Good intent. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the folks at good intent. And we hope that the administration is working to help them get back on their feet. We hope that is what is happening there, and we ain't got to call out nobody in this administration, because in some areas they move very quickly, and then some other areas the little thing-ish. In some areas, folks, they move very, very quickly. It's been such a weekend here. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we've had such a Christmas period in this country. My God, from that freak storm that kind of did a lot of damage there in good intent. They did not know good intent for good intent. Right? People counting their losses to the tune of millions of dollars. And again, we hope the authorities focus on that. We had some accidents too over this long weekend, because some of us don't know what it is to slow down and arrive alive. We had some accidents too. And we saw one just out on the East Coast Highway there. We saw one just out there, folks. And I don't know if this car going at 50 could end up in this position here. If you're going at, let's say, the speed limit there, I think is around 50, 60. You're going to hit this guardrail and you're going to stay on the road. But this guy here, this is what we saw, folks, over the last 2 days on the East Coast. And we've had accidents in other places. I saw on the Essequibo Coast as well. This was on the East Coast. This isn't a stunt driver, this was real. I think this was Boxing Night. Right? This was Monday night, rather. Right? This was real. That guardrail is constructed and designed so that when the vehicles hit it, the car stays on the road and it doesn't veer off onto the parapet. But of course, as we say, this is Guyana. Of course, as we say. So Guyana, we ain't got nothing on we. Right? Y'all got a story for us. We want to hear from y'all. Yes. We keep saying, folks, slow down and arrive alive. It was that kind of a weekend. It was that kind of a weekend into this new week here. And then we saw this hit and run, folks. Hit and run. One young man lost his life in this hit and run accident. I think this was Region 6, yes, New Amsterdam. Right? One dead and another seriously injured. You know, again, think about what it takes to know that you hit down somebody and you flee the scene, which is a crime in and of itself. Which is a crime in and of itself. This was New Amsterdam. So quite a weekend coming into this new week. Right? And they're telling us this hit and run accident happened along the main road in New Amsterdam. Right? On the 26th, Boxing Night too. And left 19-year-old dead. And an 18-year-old female injured. Dennis Vishan Ramphal of Belvedere Quarantine, 19 years old. And his pillion rider, Renita Premchan, as we said, injured. And she's from Williamsburg Quarantine. I was transferred to Georgetown Public Hospital with a broken right leg and arm. Vishal Ramphal wasn't so lucky. 19 and 18 years. Hit and run. Folks, if you know you're harboring a fugitive, you see, the person who did this dastardly act, hand them over to the police. They're telling us that Ramphal and Premchan were flung into the air and subsequently hit the concrete block of the New Amsterdam Arch, causing them to suffer serious injuries about their bodies, as we've articulated. Both Ramphal and his pillion rider, Miss Premchan. If you know you harboring a criminal, the person who did persons, who did this dastardly act to these two young people, hand them over to the police. We told you folks, it's been such a weekend coming into this new week. And I think we understand by now, Christmas time in this country, you gotta be extra careful. Extra careful, because everybody doing foolishness on the road. Everybody doing nonsense on the roads out there. You gotta be extra careful. Extra careful out there. Thoughts and prayers go out to the young man's family. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Vishan Ramphal family. And of course, the same to Renita Premchan. We wish her a speedy recovery. A speedy recovery. You know, yeah, that's what's happening on our roads, folks. Folks, we're so privileged. We see close to 800 of you have tuned into our morning program, to our broadcast. And we encourage you, folks, to share the live and smash that emoji button for us. Smash that emoji, whichever page you're joining us from, smash that emoji button for us. It's going to take us a far way. Folks, and we encourage you, especially if you're watching us on one of the apps outside of YouTube, ensure you subscribe to our YouTube app. Over 218 persons watching us on YouTube right now. Ensure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because as we said, more and more of our content will be shared to our YouTube channel first. As a matter of fact, we shared that very news item with the accident on the public road there on the East Coast on our YouTube channel. I think it's only available there. And as I said, more and more of our content will be shared to YouTube first. And when you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you hit that notification button to get all of the notifications. You will see as soon as we post something. You will see as soon as we go live. You're gonna see that. So ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And folks, we know sometimes y'all know things long before we do. If y'all hear something, you know, you have a story for us, we want to know about it. Let me know, we want to know. You got a story for us? It's the one number we use for everything. We're creatures of habit. 627-6963. We are creatures of habit. 627-6963. Folks, and all 800 people who are watching us right now, Could be watching your product, your service, your business, your event. We got ad space, advertise now. Don't wait for the new year. Get ahead, start on the competition. Advertise now. We got some space for you. Same number. 627-6963. We're going to give you folks the hookup. 627-6963. Coming back to what's happening locally, folks. Coming back. You know, could you imagine? You remember we told you of this surveyor, Ricky Ambrose, who met his demise in the interior? Aramubak Dam in the interior. Surveyor Ricky Ambrose. Two brothers have confessed to that. Folks, you know, the poet tells us that death is man's inhumanity to man. Two brothers confess, you know, to killing this surveyor. My God. It's where we there, folks. It's where we there. I told you it's quite a week we're having. It is quite a week. The police are saying, you know, police sources, according to Kaitro News, where we're grabbing this from, says that, you know, sources close investigation, right, said that the men were arrested after they reportedly confessed to the crime on Christmas Day. They confessed on Christmas Day. And here's what they're telling us, that, you know, in their confession, the brothers reportedly told investigators that on December 18th, Ambrose visited their camp and instructed them to remove from the land on which they were working. Right? He's a surveyor. He instructed them to remove from the land. The men claim that Ambrose shot one of their pumps and even threatened to kill them if they refused to remove, rather. According to them, they allege that Ambrose shot at one of their pumps and even threatened to kill them if they refused to remove. Yep. The duo, according to Kaitro News, told law enforcement officials that they armed themselves with 2 pieces of wood and went into the trail and waited behind a tree for Ambrose. And when Ambrose approached the location on his ATV, the brother said that one struck him off his ATV and the other dealt him several stabs about his body. Folks, I told you. Well, let me tell you now. You know, for the biggest issue, we're talking about the society we're becoming. That's the big issue. The society we are becoming. And I like it. We like it, folks. The society. Could you imagine that? Right? They feel he had wronged them. He feel they're mining in an area they should not as a surveyor. And this is the action. According to Kaitro News, sources close to the investigation told KN, right, they waited on the trail for him behind the tree. And when he approached on his ATV, the brother said one struck him off his ATV and the other dealt him several stabs about his body. The siblings then took his firearm and walked through the bush and threw it in a creek, after which they returned to their camp. Wow. The society we're becoming. Y'all like it? Anna Phillips, Hollis Charles, Beatrice Selby, Petal Chort, Jan Gribzani, for me and my house. We like it. We don't like it, folks. We don't. We don't. Quite recently, businessman from Caneville who operates a business, guys, in Durban Street, they tell us, Shimron Adams. Oh, my Lord. The society we're becoming, folks, I'm telling you, we ain't like it. Shimron Adams lost his life. As the business he operated, you know, he sells retail and wholesale. You know, them boys moved in. You know, if you think things hard for us, you got a job, you're qualified. And things hard for you, well, you could imagine how them boys feeling, because, you know, the word on the street is that nothing is circulating. Nothing is circulating. That's what vendor after vendor told us when we did our Christmas Eve live. Right? So Adams operated a wholesale and retail business where alcoholic beverages were sold at the bottom flat of a 3-story building located in the southwestern side of Durban and Chapel Street. Right? The attackers entered the building, the report says, through a galvanized sheet shutter and ordered Adams and a woman to lie on the ground, and they complied. The unarmed bandit then took off the businessman's gold band and finger ring and ordered him to get up, which he did. The suspect then held onto the businessman's shoulder bag and pulled at it, but Adams continued to hold the bag to prevent the suspect from taking it. The attacker, who was armed with a firearm, discharged a rug at Adams, which struck him in the abdomen and exited his right side in the vicinity of his groin. The businessman then released the bag and fell on the ground. The bandit removed the shoulder bag, picked up the businessman's phone and the cell phone from his 29-year-old female companion and fled the same way they came. Could you imagine? Life is as cheap as that, folks. Can you imagine? Life is as cheap as that. That's why we're telling you, for the big issue, we don't like this society we're becoming. We don't like it. I don't know if Tommy Gibbs feel differently. Diane Graves-Zandy, I don't know if you feel differently. Diane, thanks for the thing. Diane. Same you, Diane, Lyndon, Diane. Same you, Diane, Borbis, Diane. Thanks for the thing, Diane. We like it. We like it. We don't like it. We don't like it. The society we're becoming. Folks, I thought Charandass left India a long time ago. I thought, when you recall, you pack your bag the same day and you beat out from Delhi. Right? I remember their lives had changed. Made a ruckus when they found out that Charandass was invited as High Commissioner to an event. Didn't this government say he was no longer High Commissioner? And there was nothing to worry about? Didn't the government say that? Well, folks, over the weekend, right, Charandass was at the High Commissioner's residence in New Delhi, and he sought to apologize. He sought to apologize for his actions abusing Sonia Ghosh, the academic and human rights activist, that he abused in a most filthy manner. I know I've got some problems with some of the newspapers locally because they only cover that part, the apology. Right? But it's what he said. If you think he was going to go quietly, he didn't go quietly. We don't like the society we're becoming. Because it seems that we can accept such a character and creature like Charandass. Where we going? Where we going in this society? And he can turn up someplace else employed by this same administration. So he's apologizing for abusing this woman verbally. Right? Verbally. And in her police report, she called it sexual harassment. Right? Abusing her verbally in the most despicable manner. Right? But he can go quietly. Listen to the apology and tell me this is an apology to this woman and to women. Listen to his apology.
It's a confession, it's an admission, and it's an apology. I have had, on the 1st of August last year, an altercation. There's a lady named Sonia Ghosh. She has some license, some court order to feed and take care of stray dogs in this area. There were like 60 stray dogs. One always came into my yard, and at night it would wake me up, tumble my bin out. So what I did, I don't have anything against dogs, but I have a hell of a lot against dogs making a mess in my yard. So I had two of the Malis with me and my driver. We parked the dog, and I told them to take the dog far away. They took the dog to Gurgaon, so the dog can't come back. This lady, Sonia Ghosh, missed a stray dog. I'm telling you this because it is the reason, this all contributed to the reason why I'm leaving India on such short notice, or after such a short time. The lady came to the security and asked about the dog. The security said we took the dog away. She came the next day, and the security opened the gate to come in and get me. This lady barged in behind the security, right up to my door, and banged on the door. Security finally got her back out of the yard, and I came out. When I came out, I asked her what she was doing in my yard. She said she's here looking for a dog. This was the 1st of August, 2021. I said, I don't have a dog in here. And you would not believe, I was surprised at the expletives she handed me. The F and the S and you're such a so-and-so dog. And I have to admit that I responded in kind. So I believe women, all of you women here would love to be deemed equal to men. You have equal facilities and everything. Well, if you're in a fight and you pick a fight with a man, he should say, no, you're a woman, I'm not going to fight with you. You want equality. Let's go to fight and see what happens. My friends, my colleagues, I did what I did out of anger. And I'll say this now, I have to, because as High Commissioner, I represent a nation. I represent a people. The President of my country, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, and Prime Minister Modi had to approve of me, as they did for every diplomat who is in the country, to come here. I was granted such an approval and presented my accreditation to the former president on the 17th of March, 2021. What I did as High Commissioner was wrong.
We want to celebrate your tenure here. We all love you and we want.
I know Shiv is saying yes. We don't want, but I will say this because I think I owe my friends, my colleagues an apology for behaving in a manner not becoming of a diplomat. I was angry. I did not exercise diplomacy. And so I spoke to the president. That video surfaced in October of 2022, just recently in Guyana. And instead of the president taking the flak, I told him, I said, look, don't worry about this. I will leave India and that will bring an end to the whole story. And my friends, my colleagues, that is why I'm leaving. But I apologize to the people of India, to the Prime Minister, to my colleagues who are all diplomats. Many of you are here. To my government and the president in particular. He said, are you sure you want to return to Ghana? I said, yes, because the people from various walks of life will literally take the hair off your head. And if he was bald, it would have been okay, but he's not. He has a lot of hair. And so again, I would like to offer an apology for my people. But as Charandass Persaud, an individual, I strongly stand up equal to any woman. If you want to fight, you want to curse, you want to dance, I am ready. So please, if you want to judge me, you may hear stories. This is the real story. I did, in fact, hurl abuses after she abused me, because I believe in equality. But as High Commissioner, it should not have happened. And so that is my little story.
Welcome back, folks. We are like the society we becoming. That fellow was a High Commissioner. A High Commissioner to the world's largest democracy, India. High Commissioner, right? Again, he says, I strongly stand up equal to any woman. If you want to fight as a woman, you want to curse, you want to dance, I'm ready. And he's apologizing, you know, for dancing with, quote unquote, with Sonia Ghosh, for cussing her out. That cost him his job as an ambassador. That cost him his job as High Commissioner to India. He says, if you want to fight, you want to cuss, you want to dance, as a woman, let me dance. Charandass Persaud for you. And then that's the apology. That's the apology, Charlene Juice Annette Cummins, Simone Graves, Sheila Boyd Child. Sheila Boyd Child captured, he said, no respect for women, period. Maureen, right? Maureen, and he can find a job under the same administration. He's going to find another job in the same administration. Folks, we don't like the country we're becoming. We don't like it. We don't like it. We don't like it. Some of the things we're seeing out there, we're not in the right direction. I don't know. We do for the PPP. Right? And why they can't seem to get rid of him? Because they told us he was recalled. What does recall mean? You serve at the end of your contract. You serve at 2 months more. And then you behave in this manner. I stand equal with any woman. That's why he equates to equal rights. Right? He can equal with you. You want to cuss, I can cuss you back. You want to fight me, I can fight you back. That's what he calls equality. Right? This bright fella here. That's what he calls equality, folks. That is what he calls equality. You know? And that being said, we don't like the society we become in. But that's how we treat women. And you go internationally and you proclaim as a man, this is how. Folks, he don't represent men in this country. He don't. He doesn't. He does not. If you want dance, you want carry on, I can dance with you. Wow. That's just one of the things we thought we ought to brought to your attention and say, you know, we go in some place, we don't like Gail Adikop. Sheila Boy Child, we go in some place, we don't like, you know, there was a concert over the weekend. And I say the each his own. And I ain't telling people how to enjoy themselves. But I think we go in a little thingish. Like I even got the words to describe it. We go a little thingish. They had this event called Cognac and Champagne over the weekend. And I don't know, it's like when the liquor hits some people, like it's really hit them. Eula, right? Vanessa, Wenda, Shirley, Margaret, like when the liquor hits some people, it just really touched them. This concert, Cognac and Champagne in Linden. Well, folks, I think the patrons got more than the bargain for. Let me attack it from the angle. They got more than the bargain for. Apparently, there's, there's a song, and we all for freedom of speech and expression and all of that. This song is the dirty song. And some of the lyrics talk about spitting in somebody's mouth. You know, I don't know, maybe that happened with Charandass and the PPP. Because they seem inseparable, despite what he does or says. Like, that's part of what happened there. But then this dirty song, again, they talk about spitting in somebody's mouth. Folks, we're different. You know, I come right to the edge sometimes. And when I cringe at this, you must know. Put as a headline, right? Put as a tweet. When Sherrod cringe, and will take place at Cognac and Champagne, you must know. Well, one patron at this event, this song called "Dirty Song" by Jeff, right? And Rajiv, my Lord, she took it literally. But don't let me editorialize. Look what took place at Cognac and Champagne. Yeah. It's a short clip. I know some of you. It's a short clip. I know some of you having your breakfast and so on. You know, I don't understand. You know, what I've been missing all these years. Why have had so many failed relationships? I understand it. I understand the missing component. It's the RT is spitting a woman's mouth, you know. All right? A woman he's never met before that engagement, that encounter there. Right? And it's spit she loud, the fella is spitting her mouth, you know. Now, remember we started in international, we talked about COVID, social distancing. Now, you don't know if this guy's got chigger, if he got Bigfoot, if he got cockabay, he got smallpox, he got yas, he got monkeypox. What? Right? You understand where we're going? You understand? Huh? You understand? Commissioner Cole says something I think is instructive. Right? Commissioner Cole says women must respect themselves enough to eschew dirty and disrespectful behavior. This is who we are, folks. But I tell you, I don't like where we're going. I don't like where we're going. I don't like it. And to each his own. If you are one runner there and you have strangers spit in your mouth. But that got effects, you know. That got effects. Open your light, that got COVID. Hospital there, Lindal, you're right. Or some other place. It's very, 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 very reckless, to say the least. You don't know what the fella got. Not saying he has anything, you know. You operate like that, you know, and your family could be missing you. Right? That's all I can say. They see, Lennox Britain says, God help us. You know, but that's the same says, you know, you hope she can catch TB. You gotta be careful, folks. You gotta be careful. You see, there's something happens in that crowd, you know. People do in crowds what they would never do by themselves. Right? And that's why Shakespeare says, you know, writing a long time ago, the mind of the crowd is fickle. The mind of the crowd, big man Shakespeare says, is fickle, fickle. In that crowd, the thing hits you and so on, you see? The liquor and the music and the crowd and so on, and you, oh, Father, I cringe watching that. I cringe watching that. Yeah, apparently, like, I miss a lot of things. Apparently, like, I got catch up. I got catch up now. I got catch up. Right? They said this is keep here though. You do that, he with you for life. He with you for life. I miss a lot of things apparently. I miss a lot of things. This society going somewhere. I think I like it. You know, from Charandass to this young lady, you know, we going somewhere, you know, folks. That's a little by little. That's how it happened. Little by little. That's why human life in this country is so cheap to them boys. So cheap. Man working hard for do his thing, you walk in his place, you want the bag and you just shoot it and kill it. You see? You're riding down the road, you're driving down the road, a man away, just knock it down and drive on. Right? Somebody come, you never know, you never see before, you open your mouth, leave spit inside. Tell them say we own country. Right? That's where we're there. Merry Christmas 2022. All the best for the new year. Strap yourselves in. As I tell you. Right? Marines ain't missing nothing. Right? Margaret said we're going to hell in a handbasket. That one deep. That one deep. Right? Annette says the woman is a risk taker. I said, go ahead. You know, that's what you think. Go right ahead. Right? Go right ahead. Yeah. It does make it a stay. That's why you understand. It's make the stay. Right? And Edwin Warren says that make her start twerking is the power of the thing. The power. Make you start twerking. Oh, yes. Yeah. You can see you guys back on the podcast. That's going to do it for us. Share the live. Smash the emoji button for us on your way out. That's going to do it for us, folks. FYI. That's only some of the things we covered in the year that happened the last couple of days we were off. Only some. We got the time for really unpack all of it. But on the podcast, we're touching on some other things. See you on the podcast at 12, guys. And stay safe out there. Stay safe. Yeah. The guy's telling us, you got to partner with me. Yeah. That's how we keep going. Right? That's how we keep going, folks. That's how we keep going. All right. Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, MMG, MoneyGram, and Western Union. That's how we keep going. Take it out.